Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It's a little midday money, a little late. Called it a football Friday. I mean, I guess, listen, you want to talk some MLB, I guess we can do that. We can do whatever. Say, I don't call it a Friday free-for-all, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to I'm going to go over some stuff I put out already. Look at this. We got comments in the house already. Coyote, Tulane Northwestern. We'll get that second. Listen, you're here. Give it a follow on X. Let's go. I'm Mr. Sean Higgs. Hit the like button, all that good stuff. It's right there for you. Like, subscribe, notification bells on. Winners, wonders, picks and parlays, Sean Higgs. Now, there's a little thing here. I'm looking at the Sean Higgs YouTube. So there's a little chat thing. King D, #1 contributor, apparently. Look at that. I wonder, will it pop up the little, doesn't have the little crown there, but King D's in the house. So again, notification bells on. YouTube channels. Picks probably Winner Ryan or Sean Higgs. All a little different. And I'm going to go over some games I've already moved on. And YouTube, Sean Higgs YouTube Premium, you already have these games. And as you're going to see when I pull up these 7 football games in college, lines might be a little different. So there's that. Then we'll go over NFL Week 1 as well. So Coyote came in last night, 7 o'clock last night. Tulane Northwestern, who do you got? So here we go. Tulane Northwestern, winners and whiners, P&P, myself. Noon game on the 30th. 6.5-point dog for Northwestern. Total 47.5. In Tulane. Stop Geo's in the house. You know, so I just got back from Vegas. And, of course, I always grab some sheets while I'm out there. Week 1's, win total, stuff like that. And, listen, this was a 6.5, right? I'm seeing at Will Hill, they have it at 7. And this was printed out just last, beginning of the week here. So relatively still fresh. It was a 7. So it's come down a bit because I just got these right now offline. So it has moved there. The Circa has this at, where do we have? They try to giant Circa across the top. Here it is. They have it 7 as well, 7-47. 7-47. That was printed on the 30th of June, though, from Circa. So it has come down. Now, Northwestern's got the new quarterback, right? Preston Stone's coming over there. If he has a year like last year, I don't think Northwestern's going to be very good. That's why he is here. Tulane thinks they got a little better defense. I would, again, this is not one that I have, and I'll get to my games in a second. I don't have this game. I would lean to the home team. One, we have small school versus a big school. And Northwestern is Northwestern. It's not a huge Big 10 school or Big 19, whatever the heck it is. I'll lay the points here with Tulane at home, Coyote. I'm laying the points. Let's stop Geo. I still think Brady come back. We better than half modern quarterbacks. Well, we'll talk about NFL in a minute. We'll get it in a minute to NFL. I got Buffalo win total over 7.5. It's now minus 155. Yeah, you talk about your Bulls, the Buffalo Bulls there. Haven't done win totals yet. I shouldn't say that. As to just fire them away here, I didn't even print out my futures here off the sites that I have, but we will get, I could always just pop them up and read off what I have on these two places here. You know what? I got ABC too. Remember what that one called? I don't know. I got a third set. I got to remember the name of it for some future stuff. I know people don't love futures. No, I was listening to somebody talking about them, like, put a future in, you can die, they can die, you'll never get paid. That's why you have a good person. You're working on credit and just your history with a person. You think they take care of you. All right, so you got Buffalo win total. These are win totals I've already grabbed here. Who do I have here? Bowling Green under. Now, some of these are juicy because they're whatever, under 6.5. Colorado under 6.5. Colorado State under 6.5. Over TCU, 6.5. Over USC, 7.5. Under West Virginia, 5.5. Washington State under 5.5. So there is that. There is that. You like Bama over 9.5, USC over. Got that and went half unit because they are juicy. Normally I'll do these for like 300 or 500, but again, my USC is minus 137. It's still 150. Again, I split these up over a couple books. Normally, if I do a future, I have like about a dime on it, spread out over different places. And I just ran down like, it's not a lot of money. Well, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at about a dime a pop. I mean, I don't know. It's July. I mean, I could definitely add more. It's not like we're done adding. That was just on one spot. Do I have any different ones on this one? Anything else? I got nothing. I just got a couple NFL ones I had here. I got the under Miami and under Bears because it was under Bears rush plus, so I took a shot. But like we're on USC, yep, we're on the same side there. So let's get into things I've already moved on. And again, these lines have moved. These lines have moved. I'll put them in the chat. These are on. Here you are. I mean, you're getting stuff. They are on picks and parlays. These are on winners and whiners. They are in my pocket bet. Western Kentucky minus 7.5. It's 10 now. And if you're YouTube premium, I'm going to go to YouTube right now. You could add this for $2.99. Posts. Let's see. Let's go back to 3 weeks ago. Is there any more before 3 weeks ago? I don't even know. I might have done it before 3 weeks ago. There's some college football win totals I put in there 1 month ago. So I'm going back a month to see if it was a month. I have at least 3 weeks ago. I added these in. 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago. Actually, it's 1 month ago. 1 month ago for the win totals. 3 weeks ago. And I'm just double checking this because there are people on there. And if you are a YouTube Premium, let people know. Like, yeah, it was on here already. It was on here. I don't post it. I don't throw them out there every single day. But here we go. 3 weeks ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them on there. You got 6 of the games on here. So Western Kentucky 7.5. It is now 10. 3 weeks ago, I put it on the YouTube channel. Boise State at 8. I mean, there's some 9s. 8.5 9s, even 9.5s on this matchup. Now, obviously, you're not going to roll into this now at 9.5 when it's 45 days away. August 29th, 8 o'clock game, Georgia Tech. That is holding steady here versus Colorado. Although I do see a couple 4s, one 4.5 out here. But there is 3.5 still widely available. The next set of games, again, I got a 7-pack played already. Week 0, week 1. Alabama at 12. It is 13.5. Hawaii versus Arizona State. We're going Arizona State here. 13.5 in this one. Let me just look at this Alabama real fast. Yeah, 13's in the Alabama. Hawaii, Arizona, 13.5. No movement on there. Little movement on the TCU. I put this at a plus 115. They are now -3 and a minus 150 range. Even at 2.5, it's still minus 150. Again, YouTube people could have, what I did this a month ago. The Jets. Are we talking the New York Jets? Where's the wins? So, hold on. I got to move some things around here, my guy Dan. Follow Dan Rants. What's this? NFL win total, college basketball. I don't need college basketball. I don't need NBA futures. NFL win totals. And I'll keep to make the playoffs out here. So the Jets 5.5 wins. I haven't. I'm going to be honest because I haven't really dove into their schedule to see how it's really breaking away. So we'll pull up their schedule. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. We'll talk Jets. Let's see. We'll pull an old school Mike and a Mad Dog. Opener at home, 2.5-point dog versus Steelers. I'm giving them a win. At Jets, 8.5-point dog, loser. 1-1 at Bucks, loser. Again, I'm not doing covering because it's DraftKings has us at 7.5. I might take the Jets at plus 7.5 in Tampa. 1-2. A dog again at Miami. 1-3. Home versus Dallas. I mean, I'm not high on Dallas, but I don't think they're beating Dallas. Again, they are an underdog in this one. Underdog at the Broncos. How many times are there underdogs? 1, 2. You know what, Dan? Hold on. Let's just look at the schedule and with their dogs in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games as an underdog at DraftKings right now. 15 as a dog. Now, a 1.5 home dog versus Dallas. Let's bring it down to 14. It's a pick 'em. 1.5-point favorite of Carolina. I mean, that's basically a pick 'em. 1.5-point dog versus the Falcons. 1.5-point dog at home versus the Dolphins. Again, two kind of pick 'ems there. At the Saints, 1.5-point dogs. Home versus the Patriots, a 1.5-point dog. I mean, wow. 15 times they're a dog. 4, 5, 6 times. Because when they're a favorite there. So 5 dogs at 1.5. 1 out of the favorite of 1.5. Where are the wins coming from? Steelers, I think they beat the Steelers. Lose to the Bills, lose to the Bucks, 1-2, lose to Miami, 1-3. Home versus Dallas, 1-4. At Broncos, 1-5. Home versus Carolina. I think Carolina week 1. 1-6. At Bengals, 1-7. A bye week. Home versus Browns. Maybe they get that one. 2 wins. At Patriots, they're a 5.5-point dog. 2 wins. Ravens, 2 wins. Home versus the Falcons. Maybe they beat Penix. Let's give them a 3rd win there. Pick them versus the Dolphins at home. 1.5-point. I think they week 14. It's November. I mean, is it a blizzard for Miami? Say we give them that win. That's 4. At Jaguars. They're beating the Jaguars. This is where they might get their wins here, Dan. At Jaguars, again, 4.5-point dog. At Saints, 1.5-point dog. Home versus Patriots. They get those 2, they got 7. I don't like it one bit. Can we find an under 7.5 with the Jets? Regular season wins, Jets. Circa's 5.5. I think. I mean, if things are really bad for the Jets, they could be a 2-win team. Under 6.5 is 140 at Circa. I mean, season again 5.5 wins. You know what? You had a question mark. I thought that's at 7, and it's a question mark. Yeah, but you put 2 question marks together. I looked at it fast. 5.5. I don't see it. I'd rather alt that up to the 6.5 at 140. Dan, I mean that's the Jets. No, thank you. Bowling Green is an under 160 now, or minus 160 on the under. I'm just on Childish Patrol. Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs to simply make the playoffs. Parlay is 116. Why? Here's the thing, Dan. Each of these teams proud to win the division, right? Although with the Chiefs, I might just look somewhere else for the Chargers or Denver, depending on what the odds are. But yeah, minus 116, 3-teamer, why not? And this is why I could do when I bet my NFL a week, 2 weeks at a time. Short of the quarterback going out, things aren't really changing. You got Allen, you got Lamar, and you got Mahomes. You're winning 10, 11 games against the playoffs. I like it, Dan. I like it. Here's a second wave of games we talked about. Arizona State win total under. Big 12's very even comparative this year. Losing running back. Scatterboo's brutal. I do like Lever to QB, but the whole offense survived on the run game under Arizona State. Where's my college football wins? Eight and a half wins. Let's check out Arizona State's schedule. Northern Arizona win at Mississippi State. I mean, I'm not a huge on Mississippi State. You're going on the road as a loser. Home versus Texas State. At Baylor, not a win. TCU, no. Utah. Let's just count up the losses here. Mississippi State, Baylor, TCU, Utah, Texas Tech, Houston, at Iowa State 7. Home versus West Virginia should get at Colorado and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got them for 7 losses right out of the gate. Under 8.5 for sure. I mean, come on, man. They're not being. I'll go under. Fresno State, Kansas State under 51.5. I do see a rando 50 out there, but there are 51.5 still. The only total I was looking at was the Georgia Tech Colorado total, because it's anywhere from 57.5 to 55.5. I just don't know what to do with it. This one I have no feeling on. My guy Tim Earl, Jets 0-17, lock it in. Tim, why don't you come in and say hello? I'll jump in the show. You're getting 6. Split with Miami, beat Pitt, Panthers, Browns. That's 4. So split Miami. Pitt, I'm with you on the Pitt game week 1. Panthers and the Browns. And even that, I like the Panthers. I might use the Panthers in my Circa Survivor week 1 as a 3-point dog. I like the under. Oh, it's not that, and it's. I think they got a veteran quarterback. He's not expected to do much. They're just dogs in every game. They're dogging 15 games. They have 6 games. 5 of them they were a 1.5 point dog. 1 they were 1.5 point fave. That's a lot of. That's a big coin flip. Those games. How about they win every one of those? That's a 1.5 point dog in. And the game they're 1.5 point fave. That's 6 wins right there. Now they got 6 wins. And this is a team going to 10 wins in the playoffs. Aubrey's in the house. San Jose versus Central Michigan. Fan in Central Michigan first year coach. I've seen a lot of anti-Central Michigan love. And I'm all for, new coach, takes time to get everybody in place and all that stuff. Let's see what these are out here. 10.5. Again, not much. Nothing moved on these. And again, some of these were printed in June. And the line has not really moved. Central Michigan. Where are you on this one? On the back page? 10.5s everywhere. I could say yes with you there. Again, I didn't play it. But when you go to a first-year coach who's ever left, new scheme, new coaches, routes, playbook, all that nonsense. Now you're on the road. What's San Jose? What are those Sparties doing? Which way to San Jose? Although I do see they got Central Michigan ranked in, more towards the bottom, yes, but still a little middle of the pack looking there, believe it or not. Where's San Jose? San Jose, my guy here has them number 2 in the Mountain West. (15-4) their last 19 at home. Yeah, you know what? Let's go on that -10 here, over. Michael B. We're like to. Yeah. I said yesterday I was going to come in with an afternoon show. I had to go. I remember I had my little tooth pulled. I saved the tooth, and I'm thinking about putting on a chain like a crazy caveman. The dude gave me a syringe to shoot water into to clean the thing, but he said it's fine. It's clean. I'm in good health. Boise to make the playoffs again. I'm not going to say no to that. They should make the playoffs. They could lose easily. West Virginia, yes. 8.5 is like smoking crack number. 9 wins. Absolutely not for Arizona State. Yeah, what are we doing here? We went down the schedule. And again, that's just this is where I kind of jump into doing my college football time. Good time to kind of dive into it. But just looking, and again, I'm looking at names, right? I'm seeing Baylor and TCU and Utah, Texas Tech, Houston, Iowa State, Arizona. I gave them a win at Colorado because I think Colorado's going to be down. But I had to see what those teams kind of look like. But just when I scan this, at Mississippi State, at Baylor, at Utah, at Iowa State, and at Colorado, you can lose every one of those games. And then you got to sweep the other side of things. Texas State at home, TCU at home, Texas Tech at home, Houston at home, West Virginia at home, Arizona at home. You're sweeping to get you to 9 wins? I don't think so. Tim's going to get some hot dogs. He's got to love it. Chicken bakes. Go get what is that? Who's that? The Riri who does the boom. Gas station sushi. What do we got here? K-State -3. think it moves to 3.5. Let's check it out. Kickoff in Ireland. There are 3.5s out there. So you got a 3. I see 3.5 offshore. I see 3.5 here at DK. And I see 3s. No, I was just saying how Arizona State was going to beat Iowa State. Iowa State, there was that feisty. Man, this is a tough one. Because I do like K-State. I love the coach. Love the K-State coach. But this is a weird one here because I got 2 teams I like playing on, especially when they're dogs. I can't believe. Again, I got to jump into more doing these things because I like to get the preview magazines, and then I want to see who has who where. Are there drastic? Somebody has a team at 3, the other guy has them at 7. Because in this spot, I like climbing. I do. But do I like him as a fave? Like he says, too early to talk about college football, but yet he's in here complaining about only baseball. I'm so bored. Let's do some NFL. Again, if you're tuning in, I gave you my 7 games I have already bet and placed, and they're on winners and whiners and picks parlay. So the least you can do is hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channels. Some guy in ESPN is guaranteed Texas is going to beat Ohio State. Let's go, Ohio State. I love seeing that stuff. The Big 19, just take home dogs above a field goal against Colorado. It's a cluster this year. 3-4 is a team in the conference can win versus everyone else in the conference. It looks a little jammed up to the top. I'm in West Virginia love, so I follow Big 12 religiously. I was on Virginia a lot last year. They let me down. They let me down, Dan. Daughter told me Audrey McDaniel kids. Oh, that was that? So again, here's some of the games like Alabama, Arizona, Utah, TCU, Western Kentucky, Boise, Georgia Tech. Again, these lines are gone, but if you're a YouTube premium, you got these a month ago. Saying thank you. Best $2.99 you spent. You got closing line value on 5 out of 7 games. Neil Brown stunk. Yes. I thought they were going to take a good step last year. Nope. Rich Rod's back. Should get West Virginia's nice dog sometimes this year. And that's, we got to look at the spots. And I shouldn't say that. And I'm a spot better when it comes to college often, like last year. I remember, and I just remember this because I had West Virginia that week against, I think, Oklahoma State, I believe. And I had Cal coming to play Pitt in a spot because we took Cal against Miami. Should have won. They ended up losing late. And I took Pitt at home against Cal thinking Cal's off that game. They're heartbroken, cross-country travel. And I was on VSiN doing Newman's show. And I was like, I love Pitt today. I love West Virginia. I thought West Virginia was getting no respect. They're like a little home dog. I was like, who's Oklahoma State beating? And they just no-showed, and Pitt choked away. Now sealed the deal for me getting eliminated in that contest. Frustrating. Let's go to week 1 NFL. And we've done look headlines already. We went through all the games. I'm going to roll into another banner section here. to see how these lines have moved. Let's see. NFL week ones. That was from this was March 1st. We gotta switch that one around. Where are we at here? Super Bowl Sunday. Oh my goodness, where's 20? Here we go. These lines were from, what is that? May 24th? May 24th, these lines are from. So we'll see how we're going. Hold on a second before we get to that. I'm bored. Nothing baseball for this week's UFC, Giants, Dodgers, 6 Brewers. Deion's talking about Colorado having a playoff run. Yeah, okay. Not happening. Yes, King D. Texans under win total. That's because you're a Colts guy. Week 1, Lions, Bears, Frisco. Let's get into it. And away we go. I was going to go in order, starting with the Cowboys and the Eagles. You know what? Let me pull up another. That way I can do 2 banners at one time. Okay. There might be enough. Don't forget this. All right. Let's see here. So we're going to start in week 1. Thursday night game. Cowboys and the Steelers. Cowboys and the Eagles. No real movement here. There was a random 7.5. It's 7s, 46.5 everywhere. I'm going to take the Eagles. I know it's not like you're supposed to fade the guy out of the Super Bowl. I'm not a Cowboy lover. I'm a fan. You see the Randy White mini helmet behind me. I don't think they slow down the Eagles. I don't think so. Now, Friday night, out of Brazil, there's 2.5s. There's a rando 3 left here at DraftKings. I like the Chargers. Jets, Steelers. This is now a 3. I'll take a full 3 with the Jets. I can do a full 3. It's all right by me. Cincy and the Browns. 5.5. There's that weird 5.5 spot here. It's Cleveland all the way. 6.5. And one thing. 5.5. The way Cincinnati plays out of the gates, always slow. Give me Cleveland. Dolphins and the Colts. Where's King D at? Here's my guy. 1.5. This line actually now the Dolphins are favored in this now. Dolphins are a 1.5 point favorite in this game. So, I mean, DraftKings does have Miami as a 1.5 point dog. Everybody else got them as a 1.5 point favorite. So there is that. Next up, Panthers and the Jags. This is now down to a 3. There's actually some 2.5s out here. I got to move on this game here. Only a couple 3s. I might use this for my Survivor pick. Got my Survivor hat. still in the bag. 2025, just so you know, it's not some redone crap. Pay money, get in these things. Total has moved up here 46.5 as well. The dog is alive. The dog is alive. Giants and Redskins. There are 6.5 now. Again, one spot when we did it, 7.5. DraftKings still. Everywhere else, there's a bunch of, well, not everywhere else. We got 6.5s. Totals anywhere from a 45.5 to a 46. One random 46.5 at Circa. Tampa and the Falcons. This has come down. There is a pick'em in Vegas. There are -1s. I think this is with the Tampa Bay offensive line injury, which affects that. But on the flip side, this total is now 49. 49 on the total. Cards and the Saints. Cardinal line. Again, this is what happens when quarterback retires. 4.5 up to 6. Total 42.5. Do we trust Kyler Murray to win by a touchdown? I don't think I would. Titans and the Broncos, 7.5, 41.5. No movement here. New quarterback in Tennessee. You got to take the Broncos at this price. 7.5. You know me, 7.5. We're going to favorite it up. Seattle and the Niners up to 2. Total still hanging at 45.5. Boy, I was listening to somebody talking about how for offensive player of the year, people are taking Dak, quarterback. And he brought up McCaffrey, and he's saying, you know what, last year people had McCaffrey as offensive player of the year, just a league MVP, and now you can get him at whatever his odds are for offensive player of the year. Made a little sense. Last year I liked Seattle. This year I don't know if I like Seattle. Niners schedule last year was tough. You take a step back, you have a bad season, you get a little better schedule. I can lay 120 on a money line here in San Fran. Here come the Lions, a team I do not love at all. My guy Razor loves his Packers. I like the Packers here. There's up to a 2.5 now in some spots. There are 1.5s, but it's 2.5s pretty much everywhere. I like the Pack. Texans, doggy versus the Rams. There are some 2.5s here. So there was random 3.5s. Now I have some 3s. I'm torn on this one because I like both of these teams. I like betting on both of these guys. I like the coaches. I like both quarterbacks. It's week 1 doesn't mean we have to bet it. You don't have to do anything. I thought about using the Ravens for my survivor pick. Like I said, I'd probably go Panthers. We're either going to be geniuses or knocked out in week 1. I do like the Ravens here, though. Playoff payback. The Bears and the Vikings on Monday Night Football. What is there to be about this game? It's a pick'em. It's a 1. It's a 1.5. Total, I see a 43.5, and I see a 44.5. So there's no believing in the quarterbacks to take. Well, the Bears quarterback take a step forward to Caleb Williams, and a Viking rookie, right? Excuse me. Told you the cough comes back sometimes. JJ McCarthy. I don't know if I'm loving that. I mean, I can get under 44.5 offshore as opposed to a DraftKings got a 44.5 still too. I like the under. Give me the under. Let's get to the comments. We got a bunch of them. All right, King D. I mentioned because you had the under Texans, of course, coming in Colts over. Healthy Richardson. Well, that's the thing. A down year. He's terrible. 7.5 wins. Let's see. Might be excited for the Raiders. We'll move on from that. Cowboys plus the 7 from Dan Rance. Jets money line versus the Steelers. Yes. Yeah. Richardson, sure. Magical. I think too much of the Bears. Under 8.5 wins. Gas Ace Sushi. Well, you know what I said last year on Sports Grid with Gabe and Cam, and people were coming after me. That was my most viral take with hundreds of views and thousands of impressions there. I said, whatever. I said 5-6 wins. Winner. This year, I want to see him take a step forward because I think the division is right for, right? We got Detroit's breaking in new leadership. Last year's schedule was perfect for them. All home games, dome games. So it's good for them to step back. Minnesota's throwing a rookie out there. Your coach can't be as bad as they were last year for the Bears offensively and overall. Take a step forward. But again, at 9 wins is still tough for a quarterback I don't even like. I don't like Williams. Cincy major emphasis on a good start this year. Hammer spot blowout 5.5 though, Dan. That's a number I don't want nothing to do with 5.5. That's a dog play to me. Dog or nothing. Danny Dimes, come on. We got Richardson. He's good to go 9-22. 9-22 throwing the ball. He'll have some 57-yard pass, run for 2 touchdowns. He'll miss a quarter and a half because he's hurt. Hopefully Richardson and not Daniel Jones. Might be a lot of Jaguar hype this year. So something has to be a top take. Oh, that was crazy. Give me the Panthers. Hammer spot for the Broncos. Yeah. I like the Broncos. Titans again. Rookie quarterback. What are we doing? On the road, a mile high. Good luck. Like this says, King D. Richardson needs to switch positions. Tight end and running back. So quarterback things not working out for him. He's definitely not proficient with the QB percentage. Green Bay money line, yes. Wins the race. 3rd year is going to be special. The turtle wins the race. 3rd year special, huh? This is money line. Markel, get the pen out right here for this one. This is like Marcos telling me that the Bucks and Warriors are in the finals. Broncos minus 400. This is in the playoffs. Titans money line 275. Cam Ward, Sox World. Listen, definitely not taking Broncos minus 400. I will take a 7.5 because they're begging you to take that 7.5. And I'd love to see Cam Ward be successful, right? He went to 3 colleges, three stops. I'd love for him to be great. Someone teach the turtle how to throw a football. He's all over the place. And the funny thing is, I was like bashing him. I'm like, the guy had 8 starts at college football, and then in week 1, I'm like taking him. I'm like, we're taking the Colts, baby. King D's laughing at the throw of the football. Vikings Bear line's crazy. Maybe an over. I mean, the line is 1. Who are you taking in that game? Like, you think the Bears are home. Quarterback's got a year under his belt in the league, and the other guy is a rookie coming off an injury. I haven't coughed like that. Yeah. Anyway, that was a. It happens. It still happens sometimes, King D. I don't know what it is. No idea. Just trying to survive. Coyote. So we'll go back to Coyote. It was the first one in here last night, 7 o'clock. Tulane and Northwestern. I said in this one I liked Tulane just because they're home. Little brother, big brother. And again, it's not a rivalry, but the fact that it's a smaller conference versus a big conference. New quarterback, right? It's Preston Stone probably going to get the start there for Northwestern. I would lean home. Again, did not play this one, though. Did not play it. Since he always starts on 2, exactly, man. They start out slow every single year. So would I rather be getting 9 in Cincinnati than 5.5 in Cleveland? But still, give me the points. The Ohio Bobcats. Ohio Bobcats. Where's Ohio Bobcats? All right. Oh, how did I miss them? Versus Rutgers. I mean, really, you're getting 10.5 here? Who's quarterbacking for Rutgers? Not interested in that. Rutgers Lane. I mean, is Ohio going to be that bad that they're getting 10 points? Where's my little Mac preview here? I mean, 11-3 last year. They got they're replacing the quarterback. Senior quarterback for Ohio as well. This the same kid? Is this the same quarterback for them? No. Oh, yeah. We are not taking Rutgers here. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go. Where's this Rutgers team looking to be? Rutgers. Bottom of the Big Ten. Where are they? Are they the worst team in the Big Ten? Or is that Maryland? All right, so Rutgers. Oh, they got some guys back there themselves. Again, not crazy travel from Rutgers from Ohio to Rutgers. Let's see. I think with just a quarterback play for Ohio, you got to take them. I'm a little harsh on Ryan. I think they go 10-7, 11-6. Yeah. But last year's team was a 15-2 type squad. So that is why I'm down on them, because I don't think they're. Last year was the year. Last year I thought for them was the Super Bowl time. Let's go. That was a spot for them to home field. Just everything was perfect. Only way I'll not be on the Browns if Sanders somehow gets a starting job. No, I agree. And Sanders is not starting. No way. Start the other kid. You drafted 2 guys. NC State versus ECU, Coyote. Don't let Tim Earl see this one. He'll be upset. But I think I agree with you on this one. Without even looking. I had to look into the Ohio one. This one, though. NC State, yes. Whiskey minus 17.5. Look at it. All the biggies. We got a lot of big numbers here. Miami, Boy, 41.5 total. Laying basically 20, and the total's basically 40. Yeah, San Jose we talked about earlier. Yes to San Jose. Purdue. Yeah, I didn't even look at this one. I mean, obviously you like the favorites. Purdue over Ball State. Look at this. Just beating up on the Macs, huh? Just beating up on the Mac guys. There we go. Here we go. Man, can I get behind Old Dominion here plus 22.5? Where's Old Dom? Where are the Monarchs versus Indiana? I like this, right? Because Indiana's last year, everybody's going to be high on them. Like, oh, Indiana. I get the look. Yeah, Miami for Ohio Bobcats. Yes. Yeah, Miami, Ohio. That's why when I saw that for NC State, I didn't even have to look at that one. I'm like, oh, I'll be with you on that because even last year, how terrible were they? Holy cow. Just an under machine for Miami, Ohio. Miami total wins under. Which one? Hurricanes or Bobcats? Which Miami we talking about? We got Miami, Ohio. Where's Miami? Where's Miami, Florida even on the college football win total list? Michigan State, Michigan, Middle Tennessee, Mississippi, Missouri. No Hurricanes. No Hurricanes on this list from Caesars. What's going on here? What's happening? No. They skipped multiple games with murder. Listen, you don't got to tell me. You don't got to tell me how Miami pulled out miracle after miracle.
Don't use a heart rate monitor.
Oh, no, don't use a heart rate monitor. Okay. Hawaii, Stanford. Lean Hawaii, but what are my thoughts on this game? My initial lean was to take Stanford because I look at it, I mean, they are favored on the road in Hawaii. Now, it's the first game. You'll be there for a little bit. Hawaii used to have the edge, but are they still redoing their field too? Right? Because they have like no home. I'm torn on that one. Because the line tells me to take Stanford. But my brain says Hawaii. Like, what are you thinking? The Stanford team won, 2 games last year, whatever? Sam Houston. Well, here we go. I'm against you because I'm already on Western. I put it up here earlier. Games we moved on, games I moved on. I put them on YouTube a month ago. I got 7.5. I know there's some 10s out there. LSU Clemson. I think Clemson wins the ACC. I want to take the 3. Yeah, I like Western. Hey, listen, I'm on one number. Am I taking Western Kentucky at 10? No, I was 7.5. I thought, oh, that's a good number. Frank Reich, the old Bills guy, the original captain comeback there in the playoffs versus Houston. Again, I look at the 2.5. I want to take it. Then part of me is like, well, how long are they in town for? Like, game 1, I think the travel is moot. They go a little earlier. They get assimilated. They do what they got to do. This game's at the end of September. It's all Hawaii. Week 1 night game, Clemson. I can't take LSU there. I understand that, but also when's the last big game Clemson has won? Let's pull it up. Let's pull up some Clemson football versus a marquee squad. Lost to South Carolina, Louisville. I mean, Florida State, but Florida State's been down. I'm not. They were 16-point favorites there. Let's go back the year before that. Lost to Texas, SMU. They beat SMU in the playoff there. Again. You beat Kentucky in a bowl game. You're favored. I guess you beat Notre Dame 2 years ago, but Notre Dame, do we like them versus good teams? They don't play anybody good. Lost to Miami, 7-point favorite. You lost to Florida State as a favorite. Let's go back before that. Tennessee trucked you. You're a favorite in that. You beat North Carolina, but you're favored in that. You lost to South Carolina as a 15-point favorite. You beat Miami. You were a 20-point favorite in that game. That's how Miami season was going. You lost at Notre Dame. And you beat Notre Dame the next year at home. You beat Georgia Tech. You're 20-point favorites in that one. Iowa State in the bowl game in December. All right. Winner as a fave. You lost at Pitt. Lost as a 14-point fave to Syracuse. 10-point fave loser outright at NC State. Lost to Georgia. I'm not. Who have they beaten? I just went back 4 years. So that's my angle. Clemson fell off a good bit, but I like the fight at the end of the year. Clemson is undervalued now. It could be. I mean, I like the quarterback. I think they win the ACC. I want to see them beat somebody good. South Florida. I got to hunt them down here. They're playing. You just throw a game out here. Boise, I'm on Boise. See, now you're on home faves minus double digits, and now you're taking South Florida as a home dog. The Buffs. It's got to be Buffalo Bulls against Minnesota. You know what? I got no opinion on this one. I got to dive into the MAC. You got a lot of MAC stuff, Coyote. So you got to be a Midwestern guy because you were attacking the MAC. You were all in the MAC. Changing it from Coyote picks to MAC picks. Kitty said, don't handicap games. Mostly, I just think LSU with the whole passing of Lacey's going to play for something bigger. I don't know. I think that time, if it was during the season, it'd be one thing, not this far out. I guess it says, I like Gas Station Tucci says, I know I like the Bachelor playoff system, but it does give fans better great matchups early in the year. Yes, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whoever loses, it's a good loss. We lost to them. Here we go, Northern Illinois fan. I figured, a lot of your games early were Mac. Loves the Maction. All right, an hour. We did an hour today. Again, here's some games I got. I put these out on Sean Higgs YouTube a month ago, 3+ weeks ago. Western Kentucky at 7.5. It's up to 10. Boise at 8. That's up there now, 8.5, 9, even 9.5s. Georgia Tech 3.5 versus Colorado. And the second set of games, I have to find them. Here we go. Alabama -12. That's moved a little bit as well. Arizona over Hawaii, 13.5. Utah over UCLA. It's up to 5 now. And TCU +115. It is now a 3 and a 150. They're out there. I put them out a month ago. Those on the YouTube channel, if you're on Sean Higgs YouTube, you know who you are. I appreciate you all being members there. You'll see these plays. They're posted. So, again, winners and whiners, picks probably Sean Higgs. Follow them all. We'll do some more football. Today it was going to be a late day for me coming in. I had to go see the dentist about the tooth pull. I'm good to go. Make it a football Friday. And let's be honest, we're 2.5 weeks away from Hall of Fame game. Kind of like the dog there. I kind of like the Chargers. We'll talk more about that as we approach. We have 40 days away from college football. 43 days. Kindy, appreciate you. Always enjoy the football talk. Best of luck today. Nothing for me in the car. See you Saturday. I will be back tomorrow with Midday Money, regularly scheduled program. Thanks for popping in, everybody. Again, if you're just tuning late, iHeartRadio podcast form, I will throw this up on there. It'll be there in podcast form as well. Good luck. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.